Hi everyone. In the last class, we have seen the concept of media query, which is meant for to define the rules for various kind of devices. So these devices can be a laptop or a mobile phone or any kind of TV or anything, etc. Right? Meaning that if I am going to open my website in a particular browser, that browser can be in a laptop or it can be a mobile phone, right? Yeah, fine. But based on the type of device, if I would like to set the rules for my particular website, then I can go for media query. For example, I have shown this kind of example. So as I have opened this website in a laptop, it is showing that this is a kind of landscape mode. So landscape mode means if the width of the browser is larger than the height of the browser, then we'll call it as a landscape mode. Fine. If I am trying to minimize, what happened? It is going to convert it to this is portrait mode. Portrait mode means width of the website is smaller than the height of the website, then we call it as portrait mode. Observe guys, if I am trying to resize, once it resize, so as it is more, it is showing that this is landscape mode. And I have written the rules in such a way that it has to work. So for that, if you observe the syntax, yeah, this is a media query. I'm saying that if it is not the landscape mode, I need to apply these set of properties. Okay. Now in today's class, we will see the concept of CSS transforms. So transform means you know it already. The general definition, simply we call it as changing. We call it as changing. So changing means what? For example, in CSS, if you take an element, so what this element do? This element can change. What it can change? It can change its movement. It can change its movement, or it can rotate, or it can simply tilt from a particular position. We could call it as a skew. We call it as skew, or it can change its size. It can change its size, which we call it as scaling. These are the various kind of changes we can do over an element. Okay, fine. For example, there is a person. There is a person. A person. I would like to perform some movement from this particular position to this particular position. Then we can go for CSS transformation. For example, I would like to increase the size of the person. Then I can go for scaling. I would like to tilt from in this particular location only. Then I can go for tilt. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. See, observe. So the general meaning of movement is moving from one position to another position. Rotate means rotating either in a clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. Skew means just small rotation. Size means increasing the size or decreasing the size, which you call it as scale. Yeah, fine, guys. If you observe, uh, like we can move an element, either in x axis or I can move on an y-axis. I can move on an y-axis. So this kind of structure we call it as a 2D plane structure. 2D plane structure. Sometimes, if you would like to have 3D plane also. 3D plane. At that time, which axis will have? Will have Z axis. Z axis. So these CSS transforms we can do either in 2D plane or we can do in 3D plane. Okay. So we'll see some of the various kind of methods which are available for both 2D plane as well as 3D plane. Okay. Fine. So first of all, if you would like to perform these kind of operations, we have to use a property called transform property. Transform property. So this transform property is meant for to perform any kind of movement or to perform rotation or to perform tilting or to perform scaling. We can go for the property called transform property. Yeah. So this transform property is going to accept the values in the form of various kind of functions, or we call it as methods. We call it as methods. Among those, first method is translate method. Translate method, which is meant for to move from one position to another position. We will use a method called translate method. Translate method. For example, I would like to specifically translate over x-axis. Then I will go for the method called translate x-axis method. In the parameters, we are going to pass how much distance you want to pass. This meaning is I want to translate my element from the current position to 200 pixel on the x-axis. For example, translate y of 200 pixel. What is the meaning of this one? I would like to translate my element y on y-axis over a range of 200 pixel. Similarly, so these are the two methods which are supported for 2D plane. If you would like to go for a 3D plane, then you have a method called translate Z method of 200 pixel. 200 pixel. Okay, fine. So in 3D plane, you will get some kind of illusion, like you are trying to work with some kind of 3D space. Okay, fine. For example, if you can observe it clearly when you are performing zoom in and zoom out. Okay, fine. So you can observe these all the things here. And this is the method which is meant for to combine the x-axis as well as y-axis as well as z-axis. For example, I'm trying to go for translate of 200 pixel comma 200 pixel. What is the meaning of this one? I would like to move an element from the current position on x-axis 200 pixel and on y-axis 200 pixel. Yes. So I will go with the execution so that you will get clear idea. Fine. This is what we have seen in the previous classes. Okay, fine. So I have taken this code already, which you already know. Fine. For this, I have attached a basic.css file also. Okay, fine. If you open that in the browser, observe, I have already opened it. So without wasting any time, yes. So this is a RGK District basic web page. Fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one division, Amma. I'm going to create one division. And division. I'm going to give the class name as a container, the general name, and I'm going to provide the data inside the division, computer science and engineering. Computer science engineering. Yeah, that's it. Go for execution. Yeah, we got this kind of structure. Now I would like to set some kind of rules for this container. To explain this one clearly, container. My height is 100 pixel, width also 100 pixel. My background color is example orange color, and I am going to set the margin as auto. So automatically it comes to the center. Okay, fine. Now for this container, so this is the actual position. This is the actual position. I need to move this element over a particular position, whether that movement can be either on x-axis or on y-axis or both. For example, you can observe, guys. I'm going to use a property to change its position. Transform translate of on x-axis. How much distance? How many pixels you want to transform? For example, 200 pixels. Observe, if I'm refresh, it will move towards right side of 200 pixels, meaning that in this particular position, it is moving towards x-axis 200 pixel. 200 pixel, yeah. Fine. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to make it translate y. First, let me comment. So this is the actual state. I would like to move on y-axis. 200 pixel. It's getting or not? Yeah. Fine. I don't want like that. I want to move both x-axis as well as y-axis combination. I'm going to comment once again. Yes. Comment. Observe. It will move towards the diagonal. So translate method purpose is to move an element from one portion to another portion, we will use translate method. We'll use translate method. Yeah, fine. So for example, I would like to do the same thing on hovering operation. I am going to remove this one. Yeah. Dot container. On placing the cursor over this container, I would like to perform translate. I would like to perform translate. Observe. Whenever I place cursor, automatically move to that corresponding portion. This is the meaning of transforming, changing position from one portion to another portion. I am using a method called translate method. So right now I will go with the normal thing. Yeah. Okay. See, next kind of method, a rotate method, which is meant for to rotate an element either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. That depends upon the given angle. That depends upon the given angle, right? For example, I am going to give rotate of 20 degrees. So I have given the positive degree. So it is going to rotate on the clockwise direction. If I am going to give negative degree, it is going to rotate on the negative angle. Negative angle. If you would like to define for the 2D plane like that, then we go for rotate X method, rotate Y method, rotate Z method. So same meaning, amma. So rotate X method is going to rotate the element in the clockwise direction. In the clockwise, if it is positive angle in the clockwise direction on X-axis. On X-axis. Rotate Y method is going to take the value and it is going to rotate either in clockwise or in anti-clockwise direction, depend upon the y-axis. Similarly, this depend upon z-axis. Guys, if you observe here, I will go for execution. You will get some doubt here. Yeah. Fine. I'm going to take the transform rotate of x-axis. Rotate of x-axis. I'm going to take it as a 45 degree. What happened, guys? Observe. Again, I'm tilting. Comment. Control S. Observe. Yes. So you can understand this here. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. X-axis. On x-axis is going to tilt. I'm sorry. So if I am going to make uncomment, observe. So it is going to shrink. It is going to shrink because it is trying to rotate over x-axis. Trying to over x-axis. Meaning that height shrink outunam. For example, I am giving 80 degrees. Observe what happened. Yeah, it is shrinking height because you can assume that it is rotating towards on the x-axis. If I give 90 degrees, you won't visible anything because it is completely parallel to x-axis. Yeah. If we go for like 180 degrees, you'll get the reverse data. Yeah, fine. So fine. So if you would like to rotate over y-axis, you get this kind of structure. Yeah. I don't want to go. I want to give 90 degrees. 90 degrees means you won't visible anything because it is rotating over 90 degrees, which is parallel. For example, I am going to give 45 degrees. With respect to y-axis, shrink chestundam. This is going to shrink now width because you can observe that it is shrinking over y-axis. It is rotating over y-axis. You can observe that. Fine. Fine. If you want to transform both over y-axis as well as x-axis, then I can go for a rotate method directly. It is not working, right? Yeah, because we need to give the values. For example, I'm going to give sum of not changing. Yes, I can go for defining instead of giving like this. I can go for defining like this. This is all about the rotate method. Next kind of method, scale method. which is meant for to increase the size of an element or to decrease the size of the element, then you go for scale method. Like scale of, if I am passing two parameters, if I am passing two parameters, first parameter is x-axis, second parameter is y-axis. Parameter is y-axis. Yeah. Fine. If I am passing like that, this is a like a normal size. Normal size. If I would like to go for scale on x-axis, scale on axis, if I'm passing like 2, what is the meaning of this one? On x-axis, it is going to increase its height by 2 times. By 2 times. For example, if I'm writing like scale y or scale x of 3, what is the meaning of this one? On x-axis, it is going to increase its size by 3 times. Similarly, scale y of 2, 2 times on the y-axis, 3 times on the y-axis. If you would like to combine, then I can go for, so it is going to increase the size on both x-axis as well as y-axis 2 times of the element size. Observe. Yeah. Transform scale of. I am going to have 1 comma or else I will take the only x-axis. Scale on x-axis 1 time. Is there any change? No change. If I go for 2, horizontal it is increasing. If I go for 3, 3 times of the actual size, horizontal increasing. Am I right or not? Yeah. If I go for defining y-axis, vertical it is increasing 3 times. Yeah. If I want to combine both horizontal as well as vertically, then I go for like this. If I want to increment both horizontal as well as vertical 3 times, like this you can use. Meaning that to change its the element size, then you go for scale method in this transform property. Yeah. 0.5 comma. Next kind of method, skew method, which is meant for to skew an element along an x-axis or y-axis, depending upon the way you are defining. For example, if you would like to define the skewing an element on x-axis, you will go for skew x method. Skewing an element on y-axis, you will go for skew y method. If you would like to skew an element both x-axis as well as y-axis, then you go for skew method. Similarly, you will go for z-axis also. Skew j. You can pass here 3 parameters. Observe. Skewing means observe. So normally the difference between this rotate method and skew method is, rotate method is going to rotate completely either in clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. But in this skew method, the element is fixed to either x-axis or y-axis. X-axis or y-axis. For example, if I'm defining like skew x, the element is fixed to x-axis and it is going to make tilt. It is going to make tilt. If I am saying that it is skewing to y-axis, the element is fixed to y-axis and it is going to perform some tilt. Some tilt. But whereas coming to rotate method, it is going to rotate completely. Completely both in all the directions. Yeah. Transform of, for example, I'm going to use skew x of 20 degrees. Observe, it is fixed to the x-axis and is going to tilt only just a small portion. Yeah. For example, if I'm defining minus 20 degrees, observe, it is 10. It can accept negative values also. Skew y, observe, y-axis is fixed. Y-axis is fixed. Now it is rotating. Skew y of 20 degrees. Observe, now it is something. Y-axis is fixed. Would like to have combination. Both things. Yeah, I would like to go for 45 degrees. On both sides, it is tilting. Yeah. So this is all about the transform property. Okay, if you want to have a shorthand property, you can go for shorthand property called matrix property, matrix method. Yeah, fine. What I will do is whenever I place cursor over this one, I would like to change its styles. So this is a normal thing. If you would like to change cursor over that one, I would like to perform various kind of transformations. For example, I would like to translate over 100 pixel x-axis as well as 100 pixel y-axis, and I would like to rotate. I would like to rotate it for 45 degrees, and I need to increase the size. Increase the size 2 times, both horizontally as well as vertically. And if I would like to have skewing, I can go for skewing also. So guys, why it is directly executed? So I need to make it hover effect. Okay, normal thing. Whenever I place cursor, it is going to perform all the kind of methods execution in the transform property. Okay, fine. So this is the simple uh, information about the transform property, which is meant for to perform changing of element. That change can be either in the form of a movement, or in the form of a rotation, or in the form of a tilt, or in the form of a size. Yeah. So not only this, we can do in many aspects. Like for example, let me go for another thing. Yeah. So I have taken here already the same code. Over here, that is called Ajikar Shikakala medium example. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some kind of once again division. For to make clear, I'm taking one more example class which I'm calling it as container. In that, what I will do is I will take one paragraph tag which is meant for to write something like click here, click here. Class equal to, for example, let me take yeah, click here. Now I would like to apply some set of properties over this one. Dot container. I'm going to define height as a 100 pixel, width also some 100 pixel. I would like to define the background color as a orange color. Observe. Yeah, it look like this, right? So I would like to align it to center. Margin R2. It comes to center. Yeah, I would like to make it a kind of circle so that I can go for border radius. Border radius 3 pixel. Here I would like to arrange this content. So to arrange this content, I can go for text align as center, and so actually this is available in the p tag, right? P class. Go for dot p. Then here I'm going to adjust on the top side, or I will go for adjust on all the sides. 40 pixel and 0 pixel on both the right and left. It comes to the center. Now what I'm doing is whenever I place cursor over here, I would like to make it a kind of rotation. So for that, what I can do, I can go for dot container and placing hover. What I need to do, I need to make it rotate. So if I would like to make rotate, or I would like to make some kind of any kind of changing, then I will go for the property called transform property. In that, I will use rotate method. Okay. For example, 180 degrees I need to rotate. 180 degrees. Observe. On placing cursor, what happened? It is reversing the direction, right? Yeah. If I go for something like 90 degrees, is it rotating or not? Yes, 90 degrees. For example, meanwhile, I would like to increase size also. With the size also, you can do. Placing cursor, yeah, fine. So instead of like this, I can go for 360 degrees. 360 degrees, meaning that it is going to rotate 360 degrees actually, but you can't observe here because that is a problem of a transform property. Yeah, fine. So in the coming classes, what I will do is you can visualize how it is rotating. Actually, it is rotating, but you can't observe this thing here. Fine. So so here we are not able to see how whether it is rotating or not. So for that, we are moving for transitions concept. Transitions concept. Yeah. So before going to that concept, I will take one more example, which will be more clear. So I have taken again the same web page, advanced.html. Here also, what I will do is I will create once again one more division. That class I'm calling it as a container class. In that, I'm going to insert an image. That image name is mm, actually I have downloaded some image women.jpg, which is already available in that folder. I'm going to set the height as 300 pixel, width as 450 pixel. You go for that web page. Is advanced actually. Yeah. So this is the image that I have taken. So here I have changed it. Why it is not modified here? Yeah, it is advanced. Okay, fine. Now what my interest is, I would like to, whenever I place cursor over here, I would like to move this image towards the right side, Then what I can do, I can go for applying the transform property, right? Yeah, fine. So I would like to set some properties for this container. If you would like to set, you can set, otherwise no problem actually. So I'm going to define from the left side, margin left. Observe. So I'll move somewhat left side towards 20 pixels. Else I will go for margin left 0 pixel. Yes. Okay. And on this picture, I would like to perform various kind of operations. What are those operations? So to access that data, I can use with respect to image element. I would like to go for the class name of the sample. Class name as sample. So I will access that element, and now what I need to do is I need to make it transform. To, for example, I need to translate over x-axis. 200 pixel. 200 pixel. Observe. If I am going to refresh, automatically it is moving 200 pixel or not? Yeah. So for example, some 500 pixel. Yes, it is moving some 500 pixel. Yeah. But have you observed this movement? No. For example, I'm going to comment this. Whenever I place cursor over here, for example, I would like to perform transform, translate over x-axis of 500 pixel. 500. Observe guys, whenever I place cursor over here, it is moving. But this movement you are not able to observe directly. It is simply changing, like drastically it is changing from one portion to another portion. If you want to have more effects to this one, we need to go for transitions property. If you want to go for advanced thing, we go for animations. For example, I would like to place cursor. Yeah. I would like to make the scaling also. 2 on x-axis and only 1 on y-axis. Observe guys, place cursor increasing or not? Yeah. For example, yeah, I would like to make it like this only. I need to make it rotate. Rotate of, for example, 180 degrees. I need to rotate. Yeah. I don't want this scaling. Observe, it is rotating 180 degrees, meaning that it is changing its position 500 pixel ahead of the actual position, and also it is rotating 180 degrees. Rotating 180 degrees. If I go for like 360 degrees, Observe. It is like a normal thing without applying any kind of rotation. But thing is actually it is performed rotation operation, but you can't observe that thing in the property transform property. So that is the reason if you want to visualize that transformation also, whether it is rotating or moving, then we go for transitions property. Transitions property that we will see in the next class. Okay, fine. I hope you understood this class clearly. Thank you.